Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here, DIVO, Talks, DIVOted Talks, where we take ancient wisdom and practices, take it through or project it through a modern day lens of experience and knowledge base and see how we can end suffering in the world for you and for those you love. I think we're getting closer. I like it. Oh, man. I have been burning it on both ends and I am tired. And any rest that I have had, I haven't really been able to shut off. But I'm getting close. So I'm excited the holiday is tomorrow and I can get more rest. There's nothing that's required of me tomorrow for the most part. And I'm looking forward to Christmas time. Getting multiple days in a row off. I am going to do a staycation here. One, because I have to take care of my pet rats, but also because there's just a lot of stuff I need to get done. And the best time to do it is between the mid-December and January. And then we'll go headlong into the new year and winter time where we're busy in hot yoga. But burning at both ends, it doesn't do anything for anybody, even the person who is the recipient of all of your work and your efforts, because eventually there's either resentment or fatigue or both, and life just becomes a struggle, a strain, and a challenge. And it doesn't have to be, but part of the lessons of life are learning to not do the things that you do that prevent you from being where you want to be. I'll say it again. It's a bunch of lessons that I don't even know. Dang it. It was like on the tip of my tongue and I was about to repeat it again. It is a bunch of lessons to not do the things that you do over and over again that prevent you from being where you want to be. I mean, why would we do that? I don't know. We just have to learn that these things that we're doing are causing the outcomes that we are experiencing, for better or for worse. Now, back to burnout. What is burnout? Burnout is not just working all the time. Some people have jobs where they can replenish while they're doing the stuff that they're doing. And it just depends on the type of job. Now, for instance, I have a job where I'm constantly giving and showing up for people, and I talk a lot. And so while I have a huge depth of empathy and compassion and joy for helping others, there is a point physically where I'm tired from talking so much. I am dehydrated from talking so much. I am being exposed to extreme temperatures in the hot yoga room for extended periods of time, and it has downstream effects. And so it's not that I don't want to do those things. It's that there are certain outcomes in relation to the inputs from which I am participating. And then they have an overall, culmination down the road. Right. And so maybe each individual one by themselves isn't much, but the synergy of all of them together is like long days, unpredictable days. It's all vata. And so there is depletion happening, at least in my world specifically. And it's not because I'm any different than people who love their job, because I do love my job, but there is physical input and repetitive exposure to things that, if not taken a break from, can overload the system in time. And I'm in that overload. And it's, again, not that I don't like what I do and that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But at this junction in life, I have to be much smarter about my exertion and inputs than I have been. Now, we can all say, I just don't have the time. I just can't. There's no way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I would challenge you and say, yes, but maybe that is true. And maybe that's exactly how you're perceiving it. But what if you burn yourself out so much that you can't even show up to do the thing that you say you can't not do, and then you have to take off anyway? But then it's okay because it's out of your control, but you caused it in the first place. Like, think about any things that you would miss out on down the road because you're just overloaded. If you had just done a little bit less before then, you might have actually been able to get through, right? So if you had to take 3 days off because you got sick, because you wore yourself out, but you did all that extra work those 5 previous days. Aren't you just back to where you left off, or would have ended up anyway? You might even be further behind than previously. It's an interesting way to really stop and think about the value of knowing your capacity. There's a power in knowing your capacity, which relates directly to boundaries. Boundaries are where you can go up to without depleting yourself with your interaction with this interaction, with your interaction with this experience, whatever it is. So I'm going to go out with friends, but it's non-negotiable. I have to leave at 9:00, and I'm not going to be coerced and goaded into staying later because I know what's more important to me. I want to do both. And so my boundary is that I stay out till 9 and then I come back, or I go out and I don't have any drinks. And it's not a negotiable because it's about the boundary so that I conserve my energy. It's not about, don't ask me to drink, people. Don't ask me to stay out later because I can't do that. Like attacking people for doing or asking or bequeath, wanting to do what they want to do. I don't know where bequeath came from, but they want to beseech you to stay with them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you, in total control of yourself, can say, no, I'm going to leave at this time. I'm not leaving you hanging dry. I have to get up in the morning. And people can call you a stiff or whatever, but it's not about that. They can't get up and do your job for you. In fact, you probably wouldn't want them to get up and do your job for you. Otherwise, they would probably have the job that you have, but they don't. So another way to think about it. Now that I have this studio and my baby, working here, I am better able to non-negotiable because I can't just not be here. I can't just not open the studio. Now I am finding my limitations where this is what the schedule is going to be. And I do it this way because it works best for me and will keep me going longer, but in my first year, I also knew that I was going to be taking one extra step, which was there may be people who are trying to find us. Now I'm in going into month 12. So, we started in January 1. So going into our last month of the year, I think I have an idea. And so now I'm better able to say, you know what? I'm just going to take off December 20th through the 27th because historically they're just slow. And it's not there might be some people in town from out of town that want to take classes. You know what? They can come when I'm back in town. And if they're not here, maybe they weren't meant to come in the first place. But being able to be okay with that without feeling guilty, without feeling bad, without taking things on. And that's where boundaries help, because if your boundaries up, it's not about the other person, it's about you. But oftentimes we make our boundaries about other people. Well, you know how they are. You know what they're going to say to me. So I need to cut them off at the pass rather than recognizing that it's your life. You are the creator of boundaries. And if they try to ask you to do things and they're just being themselves, like, why are you going to punish them for them being them rather than you just saying, hey, I would love to stay too, but I just can't. And this is why. Like, nobody wants good times to end, but, can't work be a good time too? Can't your profession, your career, your job, other things that you have to do, obligations that you have, can't they be fun too? I don't know. But I do know what is true. Life and all of its challenges can still leave you in a place where you can be well and be free.